Stripe is the go-to choice for AI companies, from early-stage startups to scaled enterprises. 78% of the leading AI companies use Stripe to go to market quickly and scale globally. That includes pioneers like NVIDIA, OpenAI, and Perplexity. Stripe has developed cutting-edge tools to improve everything from fraud detection to checkout optimization. Whether you're aiming for incremental gains or planning for enterprise transformation, see how Stripe can help at stripe.com.
Do Crohn's disease symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya guselkumab may help. At 12 weeks, rapid symptom remission was achieved in most patients taking Tremfya, and some experienced visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Individual results may vary. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Explore what's possible and ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Looking to buy your dream home or rent that perfect apartment? With the Redfin app, you'll know the moment your next place hits the market. Set up your gotta have it wish list, and Redfin will send you real-time notifications for properties that match. And when you're ready to see it in person, scheduling a tour is just a tap away. Thinking about selling? Redfin can do that too. In fact, Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so they know how to get the best price for your home. And with a listing fee as low as 1%, Redfin charges half of what others often charge. So you can save big, like really big. Last year, Redfin saved home sellers $118 million. So whether you're buying, renting, or selling, Redfin's ready to help you win. Download the Redfin app and start searching today.
With McValue at McDonald's, you don't just get deals on the drinks. You get deals on McDonald's drinks. So when you're breaking a sweat, embrace the chill without breaking the bank. And when your crew is running on empty, keep your wallet full while refreshing the squad.
Ace the vibe check with drinks like lemonade, frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, or any size drink for just $1.49. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey y'all, life's journey is filled with change, growth, and exciting new chapters. Whether you're welcoming a new family member, stepping into a new city, or chasing after your biggest dreams, you need a ride that's built with more space for the grand challenges ahead. The Toyota Grand Highlander is made for those who embrace every twist and turn. With advanced safety features, innovative tech, and a bold, sophisticated design, it's the SUV that adapts with you with room to spare. This spacious beauty seats up to 8, gives you up to 97.5 cubic feet of cargo space, and has a diverse engine lineup, available in gas or hybrid options, including the powerful 362 horsepower Hybrid Max. Plus, available all-wheel drive means you'll have confidence no matter where life takes you. Ready to take on your dreams? The Grand Highlander is more than a vehicle. It's your partner in embracing all life throws at you. From daily routines to unexpected adventures, it's up for every grand challenge. Learn more at toyota.com/Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
Did you know that Game Pass or Pass is brought to you for free because of Spotify for podcasters? It's a totally free platform, and you can make a podcast today for free. Spotify for podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else that podcasts are heard. And if you're thinking about taking your podcast to the next level with a video podcast, Spotify can help you too. With Spotify for podcasters, you can also earn money in a variety of ways that includes ads and podcast subscriptions. So what are you waiting for? Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to spotify.com/podcast to get started right now.
It's now time for another episode of Game Pass or Pass, the podcast where we play games on Microsoft's Game Pass service and tell you which games to pass on to your friends and which games to simply pass on by. It is episode 19, and today we're going to be talking about Untitled Goose Game. That is actually the title of the game, even though it is called Untitled Goose Game. I am Cory, and I am joined today by Basher.
What's the deal, good sirs?
I've been honking. Honking at all the peoples.
Yeah, sadly. So.
Whoa! Uh oh. Teaser. Wait.
What?
Teaser for what to come.
Okay.
Wow. Anyways,
that's surprisingly clean. Okay.
Before we get to that little housekeeping at the beginning of the show, if you're listening to us on one of your favorite podcast services, why don't you drop us a review? We're getting more and more listens from different podcast services. So if we are new to some of these, like Stitcher, and we could always use a review. And as always, this would actually be the second. I'm going to be checking all of these services, and the first person that is not Ryan who left us a review on iTunes will be getting a one month. I apparently can't talk.
One month.
One month.
Mine, man.
Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription. Just for saying thanks for leaving us a review. It doesn't have to be a good review. I'd like a good review, but I'm not here to tell you what to post. I just want you to post. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
Right,
they don't get it, then they're dumb.
Now, what doesn't make a lot of sense is why you can honk at literally everything in Untitled Goose Game. The developer is House, which has also made Push Me, Pull You, which was on the PlayStation 4. Have not played that game, so I can't really tell you much about it. Regular price is $19.99. It's available on PC, Xbox, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. It does not Xbox Play Anywhere. It's only on Game Pass for consoles. Crossplay is not applicable because there's no multiplayer. It is single player only, no DLC at this time. But it is Xbox One X enhanced, featuring a 4K resolution at I actually don't know the frame rate. I'm going to guess it's 60 frames. It's pretty smooth.
Be.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on that screen there, but it does run at 4K resolution for you Xbox One X enhanced. Or man, I'm toast apparently. Xbox One X console owners out there. So, that being said, what did we think about Untitled Goose Game?
Maybe I'm just getting old, and I'm not up for all these kissing and memes. I mean, I remember back in the day playing. I say back in the day like it was that long ago, but playing games like on PlayStation, like Katamari Damacy and stuff, and it's like wasting hours in that. But I think we got to a point where it's like we got stuff like Goat Simulator and this simulator, and now we got Untitled Goat Game or Goose Game. Is it just me, or does the charm factor wear off pretty quickly?
I am definitely more positive than negative on this game. I think where I fall in this one is that there's definitely a lot of charm to this game, but when the charm sort of wears off, I think there's actually a pretty fun and nice little short game here. So you basically you play as a goose, and it's sort of broken into, I think it's 4 or 5 different areas. It could be more. I'm blanking on. I did finish it. It's not very long. It only took me about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And if you know what you're doing, you could beat this game in 20, 30 minutes pretty easy. But the whole thing is that you are a goose, and that's it. Like your goal is to do things like break a rake and have a picnic. And how do you have a picnic? You go and you get a picnic basket, and then you take it over to the park, and then you go and steal some carrots, and then you go and steal some pumpkins. And during that time, you've got a gardener who's really not happy that you're trying to steal his pumpkins, and you can honk at him, and he will get mad at you, and he'll chase you away. But then you can go back and honk at him again, and it's cute and it's adorable. And
is it?
I like honking. I like honking at things. I will say that I do enjoy a good honk.
Phrasing, man, you are just all over the place today. I find Untitled Goose Game to be one of those games where it's like it's fun. It's it's fun to laugh at for the first 10, 20 minutes or so. W- For me, once I got to the 30, 40 minute mark, I'm like, oh, this is it. This is definitely it. And there's not gonna be any there's no of course there's no end game per se. Nothing's gonna ramp up, nothing's gonna change, nothing like it's just this is it. I'm literally being just an annoying goose, and it's not even like an annoying goose in the sense that I'm doing these horribly wacky things. It's like you're just dragging one thing from here to there, and I'm sorry, but the charm is lost on me.
I see. I don't know. I have you played Goat Simulator?
No.
So that, for some odd reason, I think a lot of people are wrongly comparing this to Goat Simulator because while Goat Simulator is definitely kind of got the same thing, it's like your goal is to do stupid things as a goat, and the goat doesn't really act like a goat, and you can ram
Right.
people, but it's very physics heavy, and like it's more of like a physics fun house than it is anything, but it just happens to be that the physics are built around a goat. Whereas the Goose Game is just, or Untitled Goose Game is, it's just legitimately a puzzle game where you do play as a goose. So if you're not really into like puzzle games, and the thing is, it's not exactly a particularly hard puzzle game either. Like you're not going to get a Portal like experience here to where when things start clicking, you sort of like, oh, okay, like now I understand this world. I know the rules of it. There really aren't any rules. The rules are basically sometimes people are going to be mad at you and you can honk at them and see what happens. But it's a very reactive game in that you want to do something and it gives you a list of something. Might be like, well, sometimes they give you clues, but sometimes they just flat out tell you. Like one's like trap a boy in the telephone booth. So it's like, okay, well, so I go up to the boy and he just starts running away from me. So instantly my reaction is like, okay, well, clearly he doesn't like me. So if I guide him to the phone booth, maybe he'll go into it. And sure enough, he goes into it, and that's it. Like so. There is there's no depth in terms of the puzzles. Like it is not going to challenge you in a very deep way. And I actually kind of found that the fact that the some of the characters, the way they react to you can actually be kind of annoying, in that I'm trying to drag this, in this particular instance, I was trying to I think they said like go shopping or something. So like I bought, I had
Yeah,
to
I remember
put,
that one.
I had
Yeah.
to put all this stuff in the basket. And for whatever reason, this lady that I was stealing her stuff, she just would not, like she just was adamant about taking this orange that I stole from her. And like she was chasing me around and chasing me around. So I went and grabbed another orange to put in the basket, and she just would not let me have this orange, to the point that I like looked it up, and it's just like, no, like just take the orange and put it in your basket, and eventually she'll sort of leave you alone. And it's just like this is kind of charming and fun, but at the same time, like I don't think there's enough of it there to be like, there's the game part of it kind of gets in the way, if that makes sense. I kind of just want to do some fun things as a goose, and I don't always get to do that. Sometimes the game sort of gets in its way. So
I'll completely agree with that. And something you said, the way you worded it rather was basically like you get this and then it's done, and that's pretty much how I was going through this game. Like I do this, and then it's done. It's like, well, what did I get out of that? Well, you get to scratch off one more item from your quest list. It's like, so like, go shopping. All right, I'm gonna go shopping. Get the apple. Got the apple. Done. All right.
Yep.
I did that. It's like get inside the fence. Got inside the fence, and done. And and to your point, like to what you said, is like I put it in the category of the goat simulators, not because the gameplay is similar, but rather the charm factor is similar. The fun factor is similar. It's supposed to be goofy. It's supposed to be wacky, and it's like I get it, but it's just not. It's just not wacky enough for me. I feel like.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that. I definitely like the word of mouth of this game was going around that it was something like, almost like you had to play kind of thing, just because of you're a goose. Like that is the game. You are a goose. And so
LOL, you're a goose.
right. And so as someone who has played a lot of Goat Simulator, like in Goat Simulator at one point, if you know what you're doing, you can basically summon a demonic version of a goat. Like that is ridiculous and completely stupid, but that's the point. Whereas Goose Game is more of a, haha, you're a goose, okay, but we actually did try to make a game here. And the game there is just kind of, oh, it's okay. Like
that's what's turning me off the most is the game. Like they really tried to make a game, in which case I'm like, well, the game's not strong enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't see where I'm sort of conflicted is that it's so simple and easy enough to pick up. Like I think where the difference between like something like this and Goat Simulator is that Goat Simulator can, if someone was watching me play Goat Simulator, they would be laughing. Whereas I could give the controller to almost anybody and they could find something funny in Goose Game. Like they could just walk around honking and I think they could have a good time, if that makes sense. And if they're not really into games, whereas in Goat Simulator, it's still a game. Like you still have to, it's still a game that requires a lot of like jumping and precise movement and etc. Whereas Goose Game doesn't really require any of that. Although moving like your head up and down is actually more difficult than it probably should be. So it almost has a more, I want to say, broad appeal. Like, so actually, I need to look this up because I didn't put it in the, what's the word I'm looking for? In the platforms, but I want to see if it's on phones. Let's see here. So it's not on phones, but apparently it might be coming. And to me, this kind of feels more like a game that is designed for phone. I shouldn't say phones, but it's designed for that type of audience to where more people could have some fun with it just because you're a goose and there's a button to spread your wings kind of thing. And it doesn't really serve a purpose, but it's kind of wacky and funny and that. But so I'm definitely like 100% in the middle on it. Like I understand why people enjoy it. I understand why it sold 1 million copies, but at the end of the day, I think that if this game was any longer, it would be a detriment to it. But the fact that it is only about 1.5 hours to 2 hours long probably really works in its favor because you can play it once and you really don't ever need to touch it again kind of thing. So,
yeah, I mean, if it just got wackier, if anything kind of progressed as I got further in the game, I would have enjoyed it more. If the puzzles got way more intricate than you start off with, if the wackiness started to up its level, like I'll be more into it. But I just really felt like I was in that circle of gameplay where it's kind of like, all right, go here, get this, bring it here. Go here, get this, bring it here. Go here, get this, bring it here. And it's like, I'm sorry, but maybe I'm just jaded, but like it just wasn't, the wackiness was not keeping me in the game.
No, I'm kind of with you. So I think it's fair to say that like there really isn't much else to say. This probably will be our shortest episode ever, but that's kind of its strength and its weakness is that it's a very simple puzzle game and you play as a goose and it's funny and that's it.
Yeah, I wish I could go deeper into the gameplay or anything, but the gameplay is simply like you're fetch questing yourself, like essentially, like
right.
You don't need to go get the quest; it just pops up automatically. Like so like this god exists in this universe that only a goose can understand, and is getting quests to do things, and you get a reward for the quest other than you did all of this, but as a goose. And I'm like, I just don't get it. Like it's not. It's just not clicking with me.
I don't think you don't get it. I think it just. I think there isn't nearly as much there as people want there to be, if that makes sense. Like, because there is definitely something charming about it. And as someone like I told someone who does have Game Pass, and she plays games, but she is by no means a I don't want to say hardcore game. I hate that term sometimes, but she does not play a lot of games. She plays games, and she's got Game Pass for that particular reason. And so she played, and she's like, yeah, this is kind of fun. Like, I like it. And she finished it, and we never talked about it again, kind of thing. And I think it's good for that. So like it's hard because as the show is, we have to tell people to either play it or pass on it. And I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. Like, after all I said, if we want to get to that point now, I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of leaning toward pass it on.
That's where I'm leaning, just because I think anyone can play it, and because of its runtime, you can get through it. And if you like puzzle games, I think there is enough there to at least move you forward. I don't think it's going to blow your mind in any capacity, but I can safely say that I've never played a game as a goose before.
Yeah, like, and that's, I mean, I feel like more people are going to get more. It's just because the game itself is not bad. It just did not resonate with me, did not click with me. But I get why these games do, and whatever this game does, it does well. Like, in the sense that I feel like the developers had a checklist of things they wanted to do, and everything was checked off. So it's like, in that regard, you made the game. But for me, it just didn't click. But for other people, I think for most other people, honestly, they'll find they'll probably finish this very short game.
I think, like, again, I don't think it didn't click with you. I think it just it did what it wanted to do, and it just happened to hit you like, okay, like, you get it, and it was just time to be done, kind of thing. Like,
yeah, it's like someone telling a long joke, but you figure out the punchline halfway through. You're like,
right,
you can stop telling the joke now. Like,
right, it's like, okay, I see where this is going. Like, I get it. And also, I think it's got that appeal of like, if I were to recommend this game to someone, like, there's a lot of times in this industry when people think of video games, they instantly go to Call of Duty and Battlefield and Uncharted and God of War, like these just very big cinematic, very daunting and just like insurmountable thing for a lot of people. Like, if you sit someone down in front of God of War, like,
yeah,
like, some people are going to look at you like, I don't understand. Like, there's 1,000 buttons on this controller. Like, this tree came over and just destroyed me. Like, but then I'm like, well, go play Goose Game. They can pick it up and be like, okay, I get this. Like, this is easy. I understand. I'm a goose. I need to pull this thing over here. This kid doesn't like me. I'm going to chase him around and I'm going to have a good time.
Right.
So that's where it's almost a perfect Game Pass game for that reason.
And I agree. As much as, like, this is probably one of the more surprising endings for the show. I would say that it absolutely is, because I definitely did not. Like I said, I didn't enjoy it. As you said, I got the joke way too fast, and I was over it just as fast. But I feel like more people will have, if you're in the mood for it, I feel like people are going to have a much longer, better time with it than I. And they should, because it's so easy to get into.
Yeah, and I wish there was, the one thing I will say is, so I think it's safe to say we're going to pass it on to your friends. I wish there was more things that were reactive in the game. I wish, as the goose, I could mess with more things and see how people reacted. And I think that's where it would have clicked more for me, because then at least it would have been like, okay, like, I'm curious to see what happens when I push the vase over. Like, I want to see what happens in this world. And there isn't a ton of that. And so that's where I think if we get an Untitled Goose Game 2, that's what I would like to see. I see more reactiveness in there. But no, yeah, so Untitled Goose Game, we're going to say pass it on to your friends. Everyone should play it. And it's not long. So there's really not much of a reason not to at least check it out. And it's a small download. And like I said, it's almost, it's almost like a perfect Game Pass game for that reason, because these are the kind of games that we kind of want to discover sometimes, of just like, okay, like I get it kind of thing. So
right.
But yeah, so there you go. It's probably going to be our shortest episode ever. So we did we decide on that? Like, so off the air, we sort of decided on the next game, but okay, so we're already going to have a cheat game soon, and I'm not going to say what that is. You can probably figure out what it is. I've said it before. But the next game that we had decided was Devil May Cry, but I run into the issue of the Sunset Overdrive problem that we had.
Is it leaving soon?
No, it just I think we have talked enough about Devil May Cry on this show in terms of just like bringing it up and comparing it to good things, that I don't think it's going to be a mystery.
Absolutely not. Oh, yeah.
So
Devil May Cry is mentioned in every podcast we've ever done.
Right, and that for good reason. And so when it comes to Game Pass or Pass, I was just sort of thinking that, so there's going to be a game that we're going to be playing that we already like. So I thought maybe Devil May Cry wasn't the best next game because there's going to be a very similar episode. I like to call it a cheat episode, where I can tell you right now we're going to pass the game, but it's a game that we need to play because it's on the service, and I think it'd just be fun to make an episode about it. So I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to you and say, it's going to be a cheat week or it's not going to be a cheat week. So do we play a game that we know we're going to like, or do we go to the dice? Do we go with a couple games that we've already said we're going to play? What do we do?
I think you got to throw a dice roll in there every now and then.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Because we just pretty much handpicked a couple in a row, I'm gonna say.
That's a good point. I think at least once a month we got to have a dice roll.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right, let me pull it up.
All right, here we go.
Man.
Like
this gets us in trouble sometimes.
I don't say all the time. Has dice roll ever worked out for us?
Minute was a dice roll.
Was it? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. Minute was good. So, all right, let me pull up this app. Here we go. I'm gonna spin this wheel. Here we go. Sea of Thieves. Well, this is.
All right, we're going back in, guys.
Sunset Overdrive.
We've already had this conversation.
Yeah. Come on, dice roll. Come on. Crackdown 3.
I guess we could.
No, because we didn't do an episode on that, but we have talked enough about Crackdown 3 that
on this show.
Yes, there was a moment we talked about Crackdown 3 in a previous episode. It's not worth going into.
Okay.
All right, Book of Demons. I have no idea what this is.
I like the sound of that. All right.
Book of Demons. Let's take a look at the description. Book of Demons is a hack and slash deck building hybrid in which you decide the length of the quests. Weird magic cards instead of weapons. Enslave the armies of darkness in the dungeon below the old cathedral. Save the terror-stricken paperverse from the clutches of Archdemon himself. There is no period at the end of this sentence. It is developed and published by Thing Trunk. It was released in December of 2018. So interesting. I have never heard of this game.
9 out of 10 on Steam, 73 on Metacritic, and 95% of Google users like it.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I am a fan of card games, so
I like demons.
This is Diablo. What?
Oh, what?
This screenshot is literally like it's the Diablo. Like it's got the well in the middle of the city. It's got a guy that looks like Cain. It's got to the left. It's got the potions guy. What is this? All right, interesting. Well, you're gonna find out next week. We're gonna be playing Book of Demons. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode of Game Pass or Pass, where we decided to pass it on when it comes to the Untitled Goose Game. Next week we'll be back with Book of Demons.
Good days.
Hershey's milk chocolate with whole almonds makes for a wholly amazing wholly delicious experience that's, well, wholly Hershey's. Everyone should get to experience the satisfying surprise of a whole almond tucked inside creamy Hershey's chocolate. So don't wait your whole life to try Hershey's milk chocolate with whole almonds. And if you've already had it, then chances are you're already a lifelong fan of this confectionery delight. Find Hershey's milk chocolate with whole almonds wherever candy is sold.
Sometimes winds of change can wreak havoc on your home. Imagine that tall tree in your yard getting blown over during a storm and, yikes, landing right on your roof. That's why it's wise to have homeowners insurance that'll be there for you when such curveballs strike. Your local State Farm agent can help you file a claim by phone, in person, online, or through our mobile app. Reach out however best works for you. They're ready to help. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Airwick Essential Mist Diffuser transforms your space, creating your perfect ambiance with a wide range of inviting fragrances that make your guests go, oh. Airwick Essential Mist Diffuser's easy-to-change refills allow you to choose your perfect fragrance for any occasion, like lush honeysuckle and raspberry, and vibrant island coconut and warm sands. And if guests start shifting from the table to the couches, no worries. It's perfectly portable and cordless. Airwick Essential Mist Diffuser, always inviting.
Hey y'all, life's journey is filled with change, growth, and exciting new chapters. Whether you're welcoming a new family member, stepping into a new city, or chasing after your biggest dreams, you need a ride that's built with more space for the grand challenges ahead. The Toyota Grand Highlander is made for those who embrace every twist and turn. With advanced safety features, innovative tech, and a bold, sophisticated design, it's the SUV that adapts with you with room to spare. This spacious beauty seats up to 8, gives you up to 97.5 cubic feet of cargo space, and has a diverse engine lineup, available in gas or hybrid options, including the powerful 362 horsepower Hybrid Max. Plus, available all-wheel drive means you'll have confidence no matter where life takes you. Ready to take on your dreams? The Grand Highlander is more than a vehicle. It's your partner in embracing all life throws at you. From daily routines to unexpected adventures, it's up for every grand challenge. Learn more at toyota.com/Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.